Happy Sunday. I'm coming at you from the porch today because it's the quiet place other than the car, which I feel a little bit awkward in. So anyhow, we're on the porch, kids are playing. It's been a beautiful, beautiful day. And I just wanted to talk to you today about marriage. I know a thing about marriage. Michael and I have been married 18 years this August, which is a long time and a tiny amount of time at the same time. And I don't know everything, just a couple things I want to share with you. But Michael and I met, I was 15. He was 21. So yeah, that was horrible. And we dated for 4 ridiculously long years, like the longest years ever, because we knew the whole time we were going to get married, and we just had to wait until Western culture approved it, and blah on that. So we dated 4 years and got married when I was 19. I'm 37 now, so 18 years. No, wait. Yes, 18 years this August, actually. So some things that Michael and I a lot of times will talk about in marriage counseling, I just wanted to throw out there today. And I don't really want to talk to the husbands because I'm not a husband. I'm a wife. And so I just want to talk to you wives and moms and wives. I can talk to young wives because I was a young wife. But some things that were huge for us is we made a list of 10 non-negotiables. Okay, we did this before we got married. So just because you're married doesn't mean you can't go back and do this exercise. But these were things that were like foundational for us as a couple, like things that we just absolutely expected and did not want to change at all. So some of that for us is like, you know, like we're always going to be in the house of God. We're always going to raise our kids to know Jesus. Oh my gosh, there's a bird that just flew in here out of the porch. Okay, that was crazy. Anyways, okay, what was I talking about? So, another thing for us is like, we weren't going to have any substances in the house, like no alcohol, no tobacco, none of that. That was just never going to be a conversation we had. It was just agreed to when we got married. And agreement, something else that was pivotal and important for us. Sorry, my arm is getting so tired and I just showed you my hand. Okay. Something that was really important for us is that we would always make decisions in agreement. So like finances, schooling, purchases over a certain amount would always be done in agreement. So the goal is not, is he right? Am I right? It's what can we agree on? And sometimes, a lot of times, I will say 95% of the time, it means compromise for the both of us. So like what I would think is important, he may not. And if we both hold to that, then we get nowhere. So we have to compromise. That's a nasty, dirty word sometimes. But I want to say this, it's kind of a strong statement, but marriage won't work unless somebody dies. And I don't mean you kill them. I mean, you fight to die for one another. Because if marriage is self-preservation and constantly making sure I'm taken care of and you can't give when you're not taken care of, it's not going to work. It can't work because they're going to mess up and you're going to mess up and you want them to keep giving when you mess up. And you because you love them, should keep giving when they're going through a mess. So fight to die. Okay. So number one, come up with some non-negotiables that like, we just never have to talk about this again. This is just in the foundation of our marriage. Number two, fight to die. Fight to die. And I would say number three is have a really, really healthy sex life. Yes, I just said that. The Bible says that when you come into covenant and you become one, it happens through intimacy. It doesn't happen in conversation. It doesn't happen in paying bills together. It doesn't happen living together. It doesn't happen succeeding together. It doesn't happen having lots of kids together. It happens in intimacy and oneness. And can I just say, ladies, your husbands know when you're not in it. They totally know when you're not present. Emotionally, physically, they know, they feel it. And they can't do what they need to do if they know you're not in it. Okay, so I'm going to reference a book here that was really, really helpful for me in this, Wild at Heart, which I've referenced before. Wild at Heart by John Eldredge. He unpacks sex in a way that I had never heard it before. And can I just be honest, like Michael and I don't want to say we struggled. We didn't struggle. We've always been intimate, but I struggled. Like I had an inward shame issue for 6 of the 18 years we've been married. And God really brought healing and deliverance to me. And it's not an issue anymore. Let's just say that. But this book talks about it in a way that it actually just, like, I really could see it being God's idea. I wasn't trying to convince myself anymore, if that makes sense. So he talks about our beauty, and I'm talking about when we get naked. Our beauty calls to their strength. Okay, you know what I'm saying, right? You're picking up on what I'm laying down. And then our vulnerability, our complete surrender, our opening up gives them a place to completely empty themselves. Okay. And that's God's design. God designed it for our beauty, our vulnerability to call to who he is and his strength and find a safe place to empty themselves. And in that, oneness is discovered and really happens in a way that can't happen any other way. I've heard of marriages that are like completely destroyed and like not talking and on the verge of divorce, do like this 7-day, 10-day, have sex every day challenge. And like God totally healed their marriage. I just don't think you can do marriage without sex. And I would really love to answer some more specific questions. Like, you know, if you want to reach out to me, I can unpack that further. But for this video, I'm just going to say, have a healthy sex life. And find you a woman friend who has a healthy sex life, who can encourage you. I had a really, really great friend who I'm not going to say on here because I don't know, you know, if she wants to be blasted like that, but literally would just tell me stories and encourage me. And I just thought she was so godly and angelic. And then when I found out like she's a rock star for her husband, I was like, oh, like it gave me permission. It licensed me, if that makes sense. And I don't want to go into details or specifics. I just want to tell you that it's really, really important for your covenant, for that for you to be committed to that, for you to sow into that. For those of you nursing moms, like I know what it's like to nurse all day long and then just be like, okay, don't touch me. But that's when you need to, like, you know, take your shirt off and go for it, you know, because you love your husband. Something else that kind of baffles me about marriage is we as women like want to be wanted. We want to be seen. We want to be loved. We want to be noticed. We want to be pursued. We want to be wooed and romanced. And then we get married and it's like our husband wants us and we're like, stop. Oh my gosh, I have a headache. Oh, it was a long day. Oh, I'm tired. And I mean, they've seen you puke. They've seen you give birth. They've seen you in the morning with bedhead. They have seen you at your best and at your worst. They still want you, and you're complaining about it. I don't understand that. So, like, be thrilled that your husband went to work and thought about you all day and wants to come home to you. I mean, that's awesome, right? Like, he doesn't want someone else. He wants you. So I don't really understand that. I'm annoyed by that, like, suck it up, buttercup, and give yourself to that man that loves you, and wants to be with you. So, okay, so I'm recapping. Number 1, make a list of non-negotiables. Number 2, fight to die. Number 3, have lots of sex. And listen, I know that abuse is real, and I know that childhood wounds are real. I get it. I'm not a survivor. I am redeemed on both accounts. Okay. So I'm not trying to be insensitive to that at all. And if you turned me off before now, man, I hate that, but I'm not trying to be insensitive to that. I'm just saying that there's life in marriage and healing so available to you after that, if you will fight for what you want and get help, get counseling, get prayer, get some good reading material, reach out to women who are thriving in that area, and get some accountability there. Don't just say, I'm stuck, I don't know how to do this is too hard, and I quit. There has to be some things in life worth fighting for, and I think marriage is one of them. I really do. So those are just some things I wanted to share with you today. I could say so much more, and I will in some more videos, but today I just wanted to highlight those 3 things. And I want to tell you that God loves marriage, and it was his idea. And if it was his idea, then he has strategy and insight on how to make it not just go through the motions, but grow in beauty and strength and glory and intimacy every day. And I'm living proof of that. Michael and I are a miracle in so many ways. We're so opposite of each other, but we've learned to feed off each other's strengths and give grace to each other in our weaknesses. And it's so worth it. So worth it. So we'll talk more about new moms and intimacy later. Gosh, I'd love to unpack that, but not today. So stay tuned for that kind of stuff. In the meantime, like, follow, and subscribe. Oh, please subscribe. I want you to stay connected and share with your friends if you love it. If you hate it, don't tell me. It's fine. I won't take it personally. Have a super Sunday. And I am praying for marriages and for God to restore marriage to our nation. Gosh, that would be an awesome revival, wouldn't it? Have a super Sunday. Thanks for watching.